Okay, folks, I'm going to tell you how to tell if your mileage is over 100,000 miles um, on a vehicle that only goes up to 100,000 miles and then rolls over. This is a 1964 Mercury Comet. Once you hit 100,000 miles, it will read 0000, and then it'll keep counting from there. I happen to know this car has 51,000 original miles, and I know that from the paperwork and the story, the history on this car. However, um, never believe a story from somebody that's trying to sell you something. This car has 51,519 miles. Now, these numbers are more or less aligned very well with each other. There is a little bit of a discrepancy. I'll try to get a little closer here. The second 5 is just a hair higher than the first 5. Aside from that, the rest of them are fairly in line. Don't count the last one because it constantly moves. So if they are in line, more or less perfectly with each other, it is very likely that you have an original mile car. Now, people will say that this is not always accurate, and the idea behind that is that it is possible to have a car that has original miles under 100,000. Say it has 51,000 original miles. It is possible to have one that's crooked. You're just looking for the height of the numbers, up and down. Are they in line with each other vertically? Is the 5 significantly higher or lower than the 1, which is significantly higher or lower than the next number and the next number? If it is so significantly off that it's difficult to read, then it's very likely that you have a car that is over 100,000 miles. But it is possible to have one that has original miles with crooked numbers. If you hit the dash, sometimes they do move a little bit. If you get in a wreck, sometimes it'll knock them off. People come up with a million reasons why it's possible. But if yours are very straight, I would say it's more than likely, it's extremely likely that you have an original mile car. If they're crooked, you could have either one. You need to do more investigation with the condition of the car. Look for wear on the brake pedal. Is the wear on the pedals congruent with the miles? Does it make sense that a 51,000 mile car would have this much wear on it? Look at how well the doors open. The general condition of the car. Is it significant with 51,000 miles? Also, you can, in certain states, you can look at the title and tell how many miles it had on it last time it was transferred. Other states you can't for different reasons. North Carolina, after a certain age, they don't require you to put the mileage on the title when you sell it. But for previous titles, when it was before that age, it should still have that mileage noted, and you can request those previous mileage records in a title history report. I've never done it, but I know it's possible. But if your numbers are perfectly in line, I would believe the numbers. If they're not, do some more investigation. You likely have one that's been rolled over. It's not the end of the world. If you like the car, buy it, but that's usually a surefire way to know, all right, I can believe this guy's story if he's saying this is a 51,000 mile car and it's got more or less in line with each other, all the numbers.